The Joker! Let's start with the crown prince of crime himself. The Joker is what happens when chaos gets a makeup kit and a really bad day. He's the only villain who makes clown college sound terrifying. What makes him truly scary? He doesn't want money, power, or world domination. He just wants to prove everyone is one bad day away from becoming him. Think of him as a motivational speaker gone horrifically wrong. His business card probably reads, "Turning Gotham's frowns upside down permanently." Fun fact, he's the only villain whose therapy sessions ended up creating another villain. Talk about negative Yelp reviews for Arkham's counseling services. And let's talk about his work-life balance. There isn't any. This is a guy who probably puts criminal mastermind part-time comedian on his tax returns. His idea of a team-building exercise involves elaborate death traps and possibly some explosives. He's the reason Gotham's HR departments need a specific Joker attack section in their employee handbooks. Moriarty, Sherlock Holmes. The original Galaxy Brain villain. Professor Moriarty is what happens when a math teacher gets really into crime. He's basically the evil version of a LinkedIn influencer, running a vast criminal network while probably posting about criminal entrepreneur mindset. This guy turned crime into a mathematical equation and somehow made it work. He's so clever he probably does evil Sudoku puzzles for fun. The best part? He's like that one friend who always has to prove they're the smartest person in the room, except his PowerPoint presentations end with perfect crimes instead of sales projections. You've got to admire his commitment to branding. Every crime is like a mathematical proof of his genius. He probably has a TED Talk titled, "How to Build a Criminal Empire Using Only Calculus." His criminal consultations probably cost more than an Ivy League tuition, but hey, you're paying for the experience of getting outsmarted in style.
And honey, you should see me in a crown.
GLaDOS, Portal. Imagine if Alexa decided to become a passive-aggressive scientist with a fondness for deadly experiments. GLaDOS is artificial intelligence with a PhD in sarcasm and a minor in homicide. She promises cake, delivers neurotoxin, and somehow makes you feel bad about surviving. Her hobby list includes science, more science, and making humans feel intellectually inferior while trying to murder them. Best part, she can turn even the most mundane compliment into a devastating insult. She's basically your high school math teacher if they had control over deadly neurotoxins. Her employee satisfaction surveys consist entirely of deadly obstacle courses. Think about it. She turned testing chambers into passive-aggressive performance reviews. If she had a LinkedIn profile, her endorsements would be for creative problem-solving, fatal addition, and advanced sarcasm engineering. The cake may be a lie, but her burn rate is 100% accurate.
You know, being Carolyn taught me a valuable lesson. I thought you were my greatest enemy, when all along you were my best friend.
Maleficent, Sleeping Beauty. The queen of holding grudges. Didn't get invited to a party? Most people would just post passive-aggressive social media updates. Maleficent, she cursed a baby. That's like responding to a missed Facebook invite by launching a centuries-long revenge plot. She's got the best character design in Disney history, and she knows it. Walking around with those horns like she's Fashion Week's evil stepmother. Plus, she has a pet raven and turns into a dragon. If that's not overqualified for villainy, I don't know what is. Her staff meetings must be something else. Picture it. Today's agenda: 1. Update on the Aurora situation. 2. Proper thunder dramatic timing. 3. Forest of Thorns maintenance budget. She probably has an Instagram account full of hashtag evil queen, hashtag dragon life, hashtag castle views posts.
What a glittering assemblage, Stefan.
Agent Smith, The Matrix. The most dedicated IT guy in history. Smith is what happens when a computer virus gets an existential crisis and a really nice suit. He hates humans with the passion of someone who's worked way too long in customer service. Every time he shows up, he gives a philosophical monologue that makes you question reality while he's trying to delete you from existence. He's like that one coworker who keeps installing updates on your computer without asking, except the update is the complete annihilation of humanity. His performance reviews of other agents probably read like existential philosophy papers. Agent Jones shows promise but lacks the proper level of contempt for human existence, needs improvement in viral replication and sneering. He's the kind of villain who would format your entire existence just to get rid of a minor bug.
Every mammal on this planet instinctively develops a natural equilibrium with...
Killmonger, Black Panther. Eric Killmonger is that guy who makes such good points, you almost forget he's the villain. He's like that one friend who studied abroad and came back with revolutionary ideas, except he actually has the skills to back it up. His PowerPoint presentation on global politics would probably be fire, literally, because he'd set things on fire to make his points. He's got the best named villain backstory. He earned his nickname by being really good at his job. That's like if your LinkedIn endorsements were actually terrifying. His social media would be wild, mixing workout tips with revolutionary manifestos. Monday motivation, overthrow the global power structure. Also, here's my chest day routine. He probably has a podcast called Killmonger's Kingdom Tactics, Technology, and Takedowns with a 5-skull rating on Spotify.
Serving justice to a man who stole your vibranium and murdered your people.
Hela, Thor, Ragnarok. The goddess of death and dramatic entrances. Hela is what happens when the eldest sibling gets a little too intense about their inheritance rights. She's basically that aunt who shows up at family reunions and ruins everything, except she can summon infinite swords and wants to conquer the universe. Her resume includes firstborn of Odin, goddess of death, and professional cape wearer. She's living proof that family therapy should be mandatory, even for divine beings. Her LinkedIn endorsements would be epic. Skilled in sword summoning, dramatic entrances, wolf taming, and hostile takeovers. Literal. She's that person who sends passive-aggressive family emails but includes actual lightning strikes for emphasis. Also, her definition of sibling rivalry includes actual rivalry to the death. No wonder Thor has trust issues.
It's come to my attention. You don't know who I am.
The other mother, Coraline. Button eyes have never been so terrifying. The other mother is what happens when helicopter parenting meets horror. She's like that super nice neighbor who's a little too interested in having you over for dinner, except she wants to sew buttons into your eyes. Her idea of winning Parent of the Year involves creating an entire fake world, and probably some light soul stealing. She's the reason why Too Good to Be True includes amazing parallel universe parents who can cook whatever you want. Her Yelp reviews would be suspiciously perfect. 5-star amazing hospitality, wonderful food, slight soul-stealing issue, but the cookies make up for it. She's like a Pinterest mom gone horrifically wrong. Her DIY projects include how to create your own reality and 10 easy steps to button eye installation.
You know I love you.
And there you have it, folks. 8 villains who make being bad look like an art form. Want to see more villainous content? Let me know in the comments which bad guy you'd like to see analyzed next. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and maybe check your closet for portals to button-eyed parallel universes.